Dear learner, welcome to the YouTube channel Learn with Joy. This is the part 4 of my video lecture series on object-oriented programming. Now, today we will elaborately discuss on Java, how it will be executed, and etc. Now, let's getting started. This is mainly for CBSE, ICSE class 9 and 10 based on the curriculum, and it will also be helpful for BCA, BSc and others. And I am Supratim Chakraborty, and this YouTube channel is Learn with Joy. This video contains the concept of Java virtual machine and the functionalities, the work structure of Java virtual machine, and then JIT, JRE and JDK. Now let us just introduce about Java virtual machine. Java virtual machine is a software implementation of a physical machine. That is, it carries all functionalities of virtual machine, and Java was developed with a concept of WORA, write once, run anywhere. This is the main features of Java, that is portability. Java can run on Windows operating system, it may run on Linux, it may run on Mac OS, etc. The compiler compiles the Java file into java.class file. Then the .class file input into Java virtual machine, which loads and execute the class file. Okay, we will see the architecture of Java JVM architecture in the next slide. Okay, now JIT is a just-in-time compiler, is one of the integral part of Java runtime environment, JRE. Now we have discussed about Java. Just a little bit recap. Java was invented by James Gosling and his team, initially known as Oak. It is platform independent. Here it is the most important features of Java virtual machine and etc. And we can use Java to create different type of applications, different type of programs rather, like application and applet. Now let us look the contents of JDK, JRE and JVM. Now the picture here is here I am showing the JDK. JDK is as a whole part of Java development kit, and in between JDK there is a JRE and JVM. Now what JVM does? JVM load and execute .class file. Okay, libraries and compiled class file in JRE and rt.jar, compiler, debugger and other development tools. So as a whole is in between JDK. Now let us see how JVM performs. The overall processing of JVM, just in a nutshell, if we see the source file, loader loads the source file, loading, linking and initialization. There are three parts of loading process, and the next one is runtime data, the data management, how it is done. It has actually 5 steps, 5 stages, whereas 3 is showing here: method, heap, stack and etc. Then the execution engine will execute the Java program. Now let us see one by one. JVM component, there are 3 major components of JVM architecture. One is class loader, the next one is runtime data area, and the third is execution engine. Now let us see one by one. And further, there are 3 major components of class loader. What is this? The class loader, the first set of steps includes loading, linking and initialization. Now what is loading? There are another 3 steps of loader. The loader process has been divided into 3 components: bootstrap, application and extension. So in the loading process, actually the source file .java we have created, the programmer has created. Java compiler converts dot java to dot class. Here the dot class file is created, that is the bytecode has generated. Now class loader loads this dot class file to the memory, runtime memory. This is the functionality of loading process. Now let us see the next step. And loading, that was the overall loading process, and as we know, the in the loading process there are three sub steps. So first is bootstrap loader. What it does, bootstrap loader, there is a file rt.jar. What is this? If I write a code like system.out.println, that is the system class, it will be loaded to runtime memory automatically by the bootstrap loader. This is the concept of bootstrap loader, and it takes the various functions, various inbuilt functions from the packages like java.lang and etc. Now next, the application loader. What application loader does? Application loader, application.java file, it will bring application.java file, it will convert the application.java file to class file, and therefore that particular class file is loaded into runtime memory. Java compiler converts .java to .class, and this application class file will be loaded to the runtime memory by the application loader. There are another kinds of loading process, which is extension loader. This is not mandatory for each and every activity. This is required for generally third-party application or the special kind of applications. These extension files are in the JRE lib extension folder. And what is it? The required specific .class file takes from the folder to bring it to the runtime memory. Jar class files from particular application to runtime memory. This work is the extension loading. Say for instance, ODBC, Oracle ODBC, Oracle JDBC, etc. The Oracle features, Oracle jar class files are required to run Oracle through Java. Then what it does? It takes from this folder that particular class file, that particular jar class file, to bring it to memory. Now the linking phase, what it does? First it will verify. The bytecode will be verified whether the generated bytecode is proper or not. This is the first part of linking method. And then it will prepare. For all static variable memory will be allocated and assigned with default value. And then resolve. All symbolic memory references are replaced with original references from the method area. This is called resolve. Now the process of initialization. What is this? This is the final phase of class loading. Here all static variables will be assigned with the original values. Look at the previous one. In the prepare phase, all static variables memory will be allocated and assigned with default values. Now here in the initialization phase, all static variables will be assigned with the original values, and a static block will be executed. Now we have covered the first loading phase, and now the runtime data management. What is it? In RAM, the JVM will slice the memory area for execution of the program. That is, one is method area. What is called method area? This is class data resides in the method area, like class shape, static integer count 0 if I declare like this, and this class data resides here, and the object data resides in heap area, and stack memory, local variable operand stack resides in stack memory. And the PC register, what is doing? Current execution engine. Each thread will have separate PC register, and after executing one instruction, it is getting updated and updated. And the next one is native method stack. Native method information resides here. For every thread, a separate native method stack will be created. Now, this is the overall memory management in runtime data management, runtime data area. Now, the next task of the JVM is JVM execution engine. The byte code which is assigned to the runtime data area will be executed by the execution engine. There are several parts and subparts. Here the interpreter. The interpreter interprets the byte code faster but executes slowly, because it takes one instruction at a time, executes, and then take another instruction. Now JIT compiler. JIT compiler neutralizes the disadvantage of the interpreter. What it does, the execution engine will using the help of interpreter in converting byte code, but when it finds repeated code, it uses the JIT compiler, which compiles the entire byte code and changes it to native code. This native code will be used directly for repeated method calls, which improve the performance of the system. There are several parts, that is intermediate code generation, code optimization, target code generation, profiler. Intermediate code generator produces intermediate code. Code optimizer, it will optimize the code. Target code generator responsible for generating machine code or native code. Profiler is a special component responsible for finding hotspots. That is, whether the method is called multiple times or not. And garbage collector removes the unreferenced objects. And Java native interface will be interacting with the native method libraries and provides the native libraries required for the execution engine. Now let us recap about overall processing of JVM, what it does. The source file loaded to the memory. How it is loaded? The three parts: loading, linking, and initialization. Then the runtime data, method, heap, stack, and then execution engine. Now let us look at the differences between JDK, JRE, and JVM. There are several differences. This is not very much required for this kind of class 9 syllabus, but you may see it. JDK is Java Development Kit, JRE is Runtime Data Environment, and JVM is the Java Virtual Machine. JDK is a software development kit, developed application in Java, and JRE is a bundle which provides Java class libraries and necessary components into the run Java code, and JVM executes Java bytecode and provides an environment to execute it. JDK is platform dependent, JRE is platform dependent, whereas JVM is platform independent. And now there are 2 or 3 more features. You will see it. Next. Now you may see the following books for further reading. Thank you. Presented by Supratim Chakraborty, and my YouTube channel is Learn with Joy. If it is helpful, then like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.